the organization team, we had to beg sometimes, feel like begging, because we have this idea, this awesome idea to spark change in the community, so-called, to benefit the community. But we'll wait until a few months. It will take a few months to actually gather that money, and in the process, we will have to sometimes kneel. And if not, if we don't kneel, we just take it out from our pockets, and that would affect our family. But inshallah, this key is from Allah. But at the same time, we want to be professional. We want this to be sustainable. So, what is your take on confronting or approaching funders?
Beg. I don't think there's anything wrong with begging. It's just how you do it will make the difference. Because I was in his shoes a few times, and I even asked some scholars, why do I have to beg so hard to get people to support, not just funding, support in any way to understand what we're doing. And he tells me something that I just said to you guys. He says, what's wrong with begging? I'm like, because isn't it? It just says, don't beg to the point where it makes you lose your self-esteem. Just tell these people, this is the value that you're going to bring. You just got to understand the mindset of the corporate leaders or the people. Normally in Malaysia, I don't know about anywhere else, when you look at looking for funds to do social type projects, you will fall under the corporate com division. And the corporate com head will normally, if you are any inside here, tell me if I'm wrong, you look at how the brand of the company can be leveraged off whatever projects you want to fund. It's as simple as that, right? So you need to be able to speak their language, unfortunately. So you got to go and understand what they're doing and how they're doing it and what values are they looking at. So for example, if you go to Telecom, for some reason it's the first company that comes to mind. You go to Telecom Malaysia and you say, why don't you sponsor me for an Islamic project? They go, nah, it's not in our charter. They go, oh, but it's an Islamic project. They go, yeah, it's not in our charter. It's not in our CSR structure. So the point is, if you go to an organization to try and fit a hole in the square peg, you're not going to make it. It's as simple as that. So even if you beg and plead and try to smack this circle into a square peg, it's ain't going to fit. Just break everything apart. You break first before they break. So you need to be able to show to them and explain to them what value they will get from the programs that you're doing. And that's no different from you running a business, trying to get someone to buy something from you, a product from you. Steve Jobs does it really well. You don't need an iPad, but you still buy it. You don't need a stupid iPhone 5, you still get it. Samsung. Right, so it's fundamentally just that. So you need to do your homework, know the organization you're talking to, and beg as much as you can to ask them for money, but just don't lose your self-esteem. Once you pass that line, I think it's just not worth it anymore. So bring value, show the value, explain, understand the people you're asking the money from, which is not very hard to do. You just need to get off your high horse, because you keep saying, why can't they understand what I'm trying to do? How come they don't know this is important? Why can't they have so much money, these idiots? You'll say all these words, and at the end of the day, you're still not getting money. Then you bring politics, which we should not talk about, into the picture. Just because he's a rich guy and he's the son of whoever, right? That's why he gets the money. So what? You have to work harder, nothing wrong with that. Right? So does that answer your question? Does it start something inside this group? Because at the end of the day, everybody talks about, I need money to do something, right? I've started projects without no money. I started my 4th company with no funding. Hence why I went through 3 years of no salary. Yeah, but you can't start a company with no money. You got to start with something. Business card, you got to pay for it. The gas in your car, you got to pay for it. So there's always some money. So I kind of blew my bank account in like 6 months. Yeah, so there is some money, but you don't need. I found the hard way that if the heart is willing, you're doing something that you like, sooner or later, hopefully sooner, the funds will come. I think today, in Malaysia and anywhere around the world, there are a lot of people that has lots of money that wants to do something good. They just don't know where to go. I just don't know where you guys are. So what I try to do in an organization like MyHarapan is to connect people that wants to do good with people that have the money that wants to do good. Get it? Yeah. It's almost as simple as that. Questions? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Shameen. I'm from Sri Lanka and studying at an international Islamic university. My question to you is, like you said, your parents shielded you from a lot of stuff, right? And coming from a developing country, if you want to convince your parents that you want to do good and make money, I don't think that, I mean, I tried it and they don't seem so positive about it. They're like either you do, you know, you work in a bank or you become a doctor, just like what you said, an engineer, something that will make you proud, something that has less risk involved. So my question to you is, how did you go about convincing your loved ones when they were telling you, no, this is a bad idea? Because being the eldest in the family, I think there's a lot of expectations on me. So I just want to know how you do that, because...
Okay, I'm a bit lucky, I'm number 5 out of 6 kids. So I don't know how to answer that, but maybe there'll be others that might be. I just didn't care, I just did it anyway. Every week when I visit them, they'll tell it to my face, you're wasting your time. Especially when I started this boogie-based Technopreneur Association. And he says, you have done nothing in your life, why are you trying to help others? And I just smile at him and say, He says, you want to do business, play golf, and I play basketball. He goes, why are you wasting time playing basketball? Play golf. I said, And I told my knee ligament, he goes, that's what you get by playing basketball. You should play golf. I said, And I kept on doing it. And I hope to God today he actually sees, he goes, okay, I understand what you're doing now. But it took him a long time. We didn't fight a lot because I guess I was number 5, he goes, whatever. And he gets my other siblings to come and pressure me. So my elder sister would come and tell me, Dad, what are you doing? You're pressuring Dad. You're making him sick. I'm like, I just had to go and do what I had to do. I just can't be doing something that was just not me. I don't know how to explain it. I asked a friend to come along and I'll tell his story on his behalf. He's an entrepreneur. He's been doing this ever since he was in college. And he is pressured by his family to get a job, which he did for about 8 months or so. He worked in a large organization. He just left. The last 3 times he told me, dude, I need to leave. I guess, why? Before I kill someone, I need to leave. But the last time, the 3rd time before he left, I asked him, why do you want to leave? You got another 4 more months to complete your contract. He says, I've lost my soul. I can't do this anymore. But when he left and wrote a book, he started writing a book which he just finished printing and selling, which alhamdulillah, he is actually getting a lot of traction from this book. I've seen him smile more in the last 1 month than in the last 8 months or so. So I think that's quite important. And it's very hard. I'm not going to lie to you that it's going to be easy, especially with family. And if he has overgrown his shyness, he will tell you the same thing. It is not easy. From their perspective, they just want the best for their kids. And I think when you become parents, or for your younger sister, you want the best for them. But it's, like I said, so the first wave will be your family. Right? And they know how hard I went through. Every weekend when I visit my family, I'll sit in one corner, chair more likely, and I'll just sit there and just look glazed in my eyes. I'm thinking about work, I'm thinking about what to do. And they know I'm not eating. They know now I'm eating. Last time I wasn't this way. Yeah, but it's weird, right? Yeah, so they know, but they didn't say much. On and on, my dad will put me aside and go, what the hell are you doing? You're like, I send you to college. I send you to the States for you not to be like this. What the hell are you doing in your life? So I just need to do something I want. So whatever he told me not to do, I did. And, 14 years later, he's okay with it. He understands it now. So he supports his grandkids. I'm like, he had to make me go through all that for him not to understand what his grandkids has to go through. And I got 17 nephews and nieces. Right? So, so it is not an easy thing to do. Especially when your sibling comes and tells you, Dad is sick because of you. Right? So, at the end of the day, it's a decision you gotta make. I just decided I gotta do what I gotta do. And I just did it anyway. and payback time for them. I'll do whatever for them. They call me even if I'm in another state in KL, in Malaysia. They call me, Lan, where are you? I said, what's up? Because I need some help. And they don't know I'm in Johor, for example. I need help to bring dad to the clinic or to the hospital. I'll take the first flight back. I said, give me about 3 hours, I'll be back. He goes, where are you? I'm in Johor. No, it's okay. No, I'll be back. Take the first flight out and go back. So nowadays, my wife knows, she says, my mom or my dad calls, I will run. I will not say, hang on, wait a minute, I'm giving a talk. No. I will run back. Because I think they sacrificed way too much for me. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just had to do what I had to do. They just want the best, which you just have to understand where they're coming from.
I just want to add something to
Where you at, babe?
what he was saying, because for me too, I decided to be a DJ. I didn't want to go down the finance route that I was studying in college maybe 12 years ago. And I started working for a lot of NGOs, and my parents were just like, what are you doing? Why don't you go do something that's going to make you a lot of money, you're smart, whatever. But I think the conviction that you have to have, and then being the best at whatever you're doing and really doing well at it. You can't say you want to go change the world and then be on Facebook all day posting messages about it, right? You have to actually be out there doing it and then proving to them, because your parents just want your success and your happiness at the end of the day. And so it's just showing that through this, you can be successful in a different way. And none of your parents, I don't think, are going to say, we don't want you to make positive change in the world. It's just that they're worried that you have lofty ideas that aren't going to be realistic and aren't going to get you to feed yourself or anybody else around you. I just want to get more people's ideas too, because more than a Q&A now, we're trying to get into discussion and dialogue and have everybody engaged. So I know some people said they wanted to say something.
Hi, my name is Fatma, and just like Shamim, I'm actually the eldest in my family, and I remember going and volunteering back in high school, actually, and family's response was the same thing. You know, what are you doing? You're wasting time. You're not getting paid for the work that you're doing. But I was driven by passion. I don't know how many people here have something that they're passionate about.